Raptors' defensive breakdown against Grizzlies reveals challenges facing their young core and overall growth. Between the OG Anunoby trade last December and now, Ochai Agbaji has blossomed into an impressive defender for the Toronto Raptors. The team that was once dominated by 6'8" players now has just Scottie Barnes standing as their lone defensive powerhouse. However, with Barnes often sidelined due to injury, Agbaji has stepped up, making his defensive capabilities stand out more than they might have otherwise. Agbaji, standing at a solid 6'5", often guards larger players, and by comparison, has become one of the team's top defenders. His development mirrors that of Royce O'Neal, who found a defensive role with the Utah Jazz a few seasons ago. While Agbaji has emerged as a promising player, he is unlikely to become a consistent solution to guarding an opponent's best perimeter player over the long term. The Raptors are still searching for a more stable defensive option, with second-round pick Jonathan Mogbo potentially adding depth once he develops his offensive skills. However, the need for a lockdown defender remains apparent, especially if Barnes is to fully embrace his ideal defensive playmaker role. The Raptors' defensive struggles are underscored by their current ranking of 23rd in defensive efficiency. This was evident in their recent 155-126 loss to the Memphis Grizzlies, marking a franchise record for points allowed. Toronto's focus this offseason was to transform their defense, shifting from a paint protection mindset to applying intense ball pressure. While the team has struggled with injuries, the defensive shortcomings remain clear. A significant issue for the Raptors is their frequent fouling, leading to the most free throws attempted by opponents per 100 possessions. Their ability to defend the perimeter is solid, but they have allowed far too many shots inside the paint, with Jakob Poeltl serving as their only legitimate rim protector. The team's second-unit additions, such as Davion Mitchell and Jamal Shead, have only so much impact given their limited size and skill set. The Raptors are also facing decisions regarding players like Grady Dick, who has yet to solidify himself as a starting-caliber defender. Similarly, R.J. Barrett, though a developing playmaker, has struggled with defensive consistency, particularly in maintaining defensive angles and agility. Barrett's scoring and playmaking efficiency keep him in the starting lineup, but his defensive deficiencies are becoming harder to ignore. As the Raptors continue their rebuild, they face a dilemma: how many defensive liabilities can they afford as they develop and extend key players? The game against the Grizzlies wasn't representative of the norm, with key players like Poeltl and Shead absent, but it highlighted the team's defensive frailties. With Poeltl out due to injury, Toronto was overmatched on the boards and vulnerable to second-chance points, as evidenced by the Grizzlies' 33 points off offensive rebounds. While the loss to Memphis was certainly a setback, it also revealed critical defensive gaps that the Raptors must address moving forward.